Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miss Teese again. I'm going to show you today how to do your first assignment of distance learning, which is the California Career Zone Interest Profiler. Now, if we start from this lovely homepage, again, we're going to go to Teams, which is where you're going to find every assignment for you. Now, just know that this is a 2-day assignment. So today's Wednesday. It will be due tomorrow, Thursday, April 16th. All right, I'm going to imagine that I am a Period 1 career writing student. I'm going to click on my Teams page, and I'm going to go down to the assignment Ms. Teese just posted, which is California Career Zone Career Interest Profiler. I'm going to go to Student View, so hopefully this is what you see when you sign in. All right, first of all, going through this assignment and why I posted it. We're going to be starting Chapter 6, which is all about your career research and diving deep into a few different careers that you want to look into and figuring out if they will be right for you. So the instructions here say, up to this point, we've done a lot of self-reflection in this class about what careers might be a good match for you. But if you're like me, at your age, you're probably still having trouble envisioning what those careers might be. So this survey is going to help you a lot in figuring out what careers you might be a good match for, and then how to actually navigate a website and do research. Now, the hardest part about this is probably going to be downloading the actual document and figuring out how to edit yourself. It says, please download the attached document, follow the directions, and edit your own copy. Then re-upload the document here with your name and information. Okay, so here's how to do that. You click on the document itself. It's going to load, and this is actually a browser version of this document. So I attached it here so that you can actually edit it yourself and then reattach it with your own information. So you see in the corner here where it says Edit Document. If you have Microsoft Word on your desktop, you can actually do that, but you can also do it here in the browser. Now, a quick note, it's so much easier if you do all of this stuff on a laptop. Everything I'm going to show you with screencasting is going to be on a laptop, so just note that everything I'm showing you, it can be done on a phone, but it's so much easier if you have a laptop at home. And just remember that the district is providing you guys with laptops, so if you don't have one at home yet, please make sure you get in touch with me or somebody else from the office so that you can be provided with one. Okay, so that's one note. Now, following the directions on this document, it basically has all the steps here for you, but I'm going to lead you through them today to help you figure out what to do. Now, the first thing it says, sign into californiacareerzone.org. Okay, so it says Control-click to follow the link. Now, if I hit the Control button on my computer, I can just click that, and it'll open up a lovely new tab right here, and so you can go through it. Now, it's going to be awkward to toggle back and forth, so I'm just going to make these two into a new window and separate them out so I can see them side by side. Highly recommend doing this for yourself as well. And, okay, just kind of making sure they overlap. Now, the first thing it tells you to do here is to sign into California Career Zone. I hope you guys remember when we did this in class. I tried to make it simple, so you can just use your computer login and your ID number. And so you'll go to California Career Zone, sign in, and you'll put your username and password right here. Now, let's just say that you forgot your information. You can still do the survey without putting in your information, but it just won't save anything. That way, in case you don't save it or something happens to your information, you're going to have to do it all over again. And so it's so much easier if you just sign in so it saves your work. Okay, let's go to the actual profiler. It says go to Assess Yourself and then Interest Profiler. Now, I think the website has changed since the last time I did this. Today, you're actually going to go to Discover Possibilities and then go where it says Interest Profiler. Discover Possibilities to Interest Profiler. Okay. And start a new Interest Profiler. So you're going to go to this Go button. It says here to choose a short version of the survey, which is 60 questions. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you want to use, but this one will give you a more comprehensive overview, and it's recommended. Now, just as a quick note, it used to have an 180 question version, so just be grateful I'm not making you take that one. All right, let's go to the 60 question. Read each question carefully and decide how you would feel about doing each type of work, from strongly dislike, somewhere unsure, to strongly like. And you can go back and change your answers. Simply think about what you would like or dislike doing it. There are no right or wrong answers. That's a huge thing. So it's not like trying to figure out the right answer to this is just based on your personality. Here's what it's going to look like. How would you like to build kitchen cabinets? That sounds awful to me. Layer brick or tile? Not so much. Develop a new medicine? That sounds kind of cool, maybe. Study waste? Oh, heck yeah, I'm all about environmentalism, reducing water pollution. Write books or plays? That sounds legit. Play a musical instrument? Okay. I mean, I don't have a lot of musical talent with my fingers, but my voice kind of counts, I guess. Sure. Okay, you guys get me? So let's skip ahead. Okay, guys, I skipped ahead and I went to the results page of my interest profiler. Okay, now you guys see how the document that I gave you here corresponds to your results here. So what I'm going to do is basically copy and paste all of my results into here. Now first, let's figure out what these results are even telling you. It tells you your interest areas are for me, are artistic, and it gives you a little blurb about what that means. Social, again, you hover over it, it gives you a blurb about what that means, and investigative. And it gives you a score against each one. So what I'm going to do, since I can actually go back and edit this, I'm going to highlight this whole thing and say my first score is artistic, and I got a score of 17. 17. My second score is social, and I got a score of 16. Now, just for the sake of things, I'm going to just put a little space there so it doesn't look so awkward. Investigative. Okay. And score of 12. And I said I didn't want to make it look awkward, and yet here we are. Okay. All right. And then my lowest 3 were conventional. And I got a score of 9. Enterprising, score of 3, and then realistic, score of 3. Gosh, survey calling me out. I didn't need you to tell me I wasn't realistic. Sheesh. Okay. So that's the first section. We've got our top 3 interest areas. Now going down to the bottom, it says view occupations and record the top 10 occupations here. Alright, this results page should look kind of familiar to you because we've looked at different ideas of it earlier on when we were doing chapter 4 in your budget. But here's a new little facet of it. So you see the score here on the side where it says 0.97 and below. That's how closely it matches you. And so what I'd like you to do here on this chart is record 10 careers off of this survey that look interesting to you. And then the job zone is obviously, we looked at that before, how much education it requires, and the 5s and the 4s and all that mean different things. You could just put the number. And then the score. So the closer it is to 1, the more closely it matches you. Notice that, like, this survey knows me really well. It said I should be an English teacher. So it's pretty accurate in figuring out what your interests are and what you might like doing as a job. So pay attention to the ones that are closer to the top, and the ones that are closer to 1 means it's going to be a better match for you. So, for example, I'm going to put my first result, English, language, and lit, sure, post-secondary. A quick note about what this word means. Post-secondary means college. Secondary itself means high school, and so post-secondary means anything after high school. So they're telling me that I should go and teach English language and literature at the college level. Now, job zone, to get that, you would have to have graduate school. So that could be a master's degree or a PhD or a law degree or even a medical degree. Now, the score I got was 0.97, which means that's like an extremely good match for me. Okay, going down the list, let's fill in any top 10. You can go even beyond the top 10 if you find something towards the bottom that you really think you might enjoy. So go and do that now, please. Alright, so I have scrolled through a lot of this list. I've gone past the top 10 and I've figured out the top 10 that I might think I like. Now it says, highlight 3 jobs on this list that seem interesting to you and fill out this frame. So 3 jobs out of here that I would find probably the most interesting. Now the way that you find out about that is maybe you can compare. Like I'll click on music therapist, philosophy and religion teacher, art, drama, music teacher, and marriage and family therapist. And I can compare the selected ones, and you can kind of see what some of those might be interested in. Or I can go back and just kind of click on each one. So if you're not sure whether or not you'd like them, go click on it and research about it and look at about the job, look at what they do, and then maybe some of the values and interests that are associated with it. Okay? So going back here, I'm going to highlight the 3 that I think really stick out to me. For me, I'm fascinated by this music therapist thing, so I'm going to highlight that. I'm fascinated by speech-language pathologist. I want to learn more about this thing. And the 3rd one, I think I'm going to look into, well, let's see how closely it matches me. English language and lit teacher. Okay, so looking at the frame down here, based on my top 3 interest areas of artistic, social, and investigative. Let's go down there. Let's fill in the blanks with artistic, social, and investigative. I might enjoy a career as a, and I'm going to look at the 3 that I highlighted. So English language and lit teacher. A music therapist, or a speech pathologist. Okay, so you're going to notice that I have highlighted a few things just to make the color coding a little bit easier. Just make sure when you fill out the sentence frame that the interest areas are the ones that are up here. So your top 3 interest areas go in the first section. Those are highlighted in pink. And then the 3 jobs are highlighted in yellow. So I just want to go back and kind of give you a big picture overview. This is what your whole page should look like. And then make sure you fill in a good reason. Let me give you an example of what I consider a good reason. So here's my example. And here's my entire sentence frame. I'll share with you why I think this is a good example. Based on my top 3 interest areas of artistic, social, and investigative, I might enjoy a career as an English language and lit teacher, a music therapist, or a speech-language pathologist, because I enjoy helping people learn new things, overcome obstacles in their lives, and gain confidence. My favorite subjects are English and music, so it makes sense to have a career centered around either of those subjects. I'm also fascinated by language and linguistics, so a career in speech sounds interesting to me. So you do have to explain why you think that is a good career path for you, or why you might be interested in learning more about them. Now again, this isn't exactly saying, if the career survey told me that my highest score was an English teacher, I have to pick that one. Because you know yourself better than the survey knows you. So I would just encourage you guys to do some introspection and think about like what really sounds like something you could picture yourself doing for a living. And this is all I want you guys to get done today. The next section we'll talk about in the next video. But if you can conquer this first page by the end of today, then you have done your job. Congratulations, you did your work. I'm proud of you. High five. Okay, now go forth and finish this and have a great rest of your day.